right, good evening everyone. Jong Uy right here, and welcome to the Racing Lines, the Purple Sector. And tonight we're going to discuss, I think, one of the most exciting race of the season, and I'm with my good buddies right here, Yamboy, Myles, and Andy. Unahin natin yung sa pinakataas. Yam, how are you?
Well, very, very good. Thank you very much. And what a race that was. Silverstone 2022. My gosh.
Yeah.
Grabe. Probably the best race since the start of the season. We've witnessed wheel-to-wheel racing. We've witnessed grabe na crash. So I'm looking forward to this discussion tonight.
Yes.
All right.
Next up, Myles, how are you?
Hello, Internet. Hello, Andy. Hello, Jong. Hello, Yamboy. Good evening. And once again, we're live on Facebook and YouTube to discuss the recently concluded, very exciting, eventful, and basta, marami nang naubusan na ako ng adjectives to describe
that
the
race.
British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so hindi natin patagalin to.
Yep. Andy,
Yun lang.
how are you, Di?
Yes. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, kung saan man kayo, wherever you are watching this. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
This is, of course, the Purple Sector, the Racing Lines after race talk show / breakdown show. And tonight, yes, we are looking at a very, very eventful Silverstone Grand Prix.
Yeah.
British Grand Prix. Insane race, you guys.
Yeah.
Just absolutely insane.
Lots of
I don't think I've
surprises.
ever-
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think I've ever seen such an exciting race. But yeah, let's get the show on the road, shall we?
Yep. To start the ball rolling, one of the biggest surprises was in qualifying. And I guess everybody was
Yes.
shouting the result of the qualifying. The 10th driver there who suddenly found himself, and everyone was really very happy at the Williams garage. That's Nicolas Latifi, the Canadian Nicolas Latifi. All right, let's start with Yamboy. Ano yun? Yung
Yes,
pinakita
sir.
ng jeep sa akin na oh, it's a
Nalin.
it's a wet race. Wet qualifying, and they were really
Wet
struggling
qualifying,
with
yes.
Yam, go. Any
So yun, ganito nangyari. Ito nga towards the end of Q3 na ito. So si Max Verstappen, he was really looking good. Maganda yung time niya. And suddenly, nagkaroon ng yellow flag because of Charles Leclerc. So, nabawasan yung konti yung time niya, and that's why nasa second siya. Swerte si Carlos Sainz, nakalusot for first, pole position, and then Charles Leclerc nakahabol pa after dun sa yellow flag niya. And then, sabi nga natin kanina, di ba? Itong si Max Verstappen, after the qualifying, yung mga nila, ano ba yun? Yung sa press briefing nila,
press briefing? Yeah.
medyo inis na si Max di ba?
Yeah.
Sabi niya kaya daw siya nag-spin para mainit na yung gulong niya. Kasi very wet yung...
Yeah.
Kaya yun. Miles, how about you? Anong masasabi mo for the cute qualifying nung nung race na yan?
Regarding sa qualifying natin na nangyari last weekend, para sa akin, the only eventful thing that happened was that it rained. Yun lang. Kasi we all know what happened during the race. Pero yun na nga, yung free practice 1, 2, and 3, then came qualifying, basa yung track and everything. So parang iniisip ko parang kung uulan naman to sa race day, okay, it will be a so race, not eventful. So parang I wasn't really expecting anything to happen na kumbaga ika nga spectacular during the qualifying.
Qualifying, yeah.
So, yun na nga, during the qualifying, yun na nga. Makita naman natin sa during the qualifying, normal naman yung, kumbaga yun yung norm na lumalabas eh. Both Ferrari drivers would be on top 5, Red Bull drivers would be on top 5 also, and then also the Red Bull, Ferrari, and and the Mercedes would be on top 6, most probably. A mix between them. Yun na yung usual natin na that's the norm during the qualifying. So, yun nga lang, nakikita natin na Nicolas Latifi pumasok on the third session.
Yeah.
So, parang, uy,
yun ang ano.
ewan ko parang biglang natauhan si Nicolas Latifi. Parang, ayusin mo yan. Kung hindi, mawawalan ka ng, tatanggalan ka ng upuan. Di ba yan? And also, si Shoti. Shoti was on number 9, diba? Number 9 si Shoti, si Jong Uy.
Jong Uy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And
very
ito, yung kita natin.
Okay,
and also, Manong was on 7th. Doing good pa rin si Manong. On qualify.
Alright,
sige, Yam, go.
guys, may ano lang ako may po-point out lang ako dito sa results na ito. Nung dumating si Nicolas Latifi sa Q3, wala na, hindi na siya lumabas. Tingnan nyo yung time difference. 22.112 seconds.
Tama.
Ay, salamat. Nasa Q3 na ako. So, pahinga na yung kotse. Di ba? Para wala na.
Yeah.
Celebrate na tayo. Ayos din.
Andy.
They played it well.
Any Andy?
Yes. Nicolas Latifi, P10. How about that? First time na out-qualify niya si Alex Albon this year. So very, very interesting statistic, no? Pero bottom line is, again, rain, the great equalizer. Diba?
Yes.
So you can never really predict the outcome pag umuulan on track. So it was really fun watching Latifi in P10 in Q3. This is something we never ever really expected, given the pace of Williams in general, diba? Pero again, it just makes this is why I try to prioritize watching qualifying minsan over the race, kasi you never know with qualifying, kasi you always get these unexpected twists, diba? But again, again towards the end of Q3, when we're heading towards the final laps na talaga, I thought it was gonna be Max on pole, in which he was on pole for a few moments, and then out of nowhere, Carlos Sainz, of all people. Akala natin si Leclerc, akala natin could have been anyone else. Carlos Sainz, good on him. P1 for Carlos Sainz.
And Carlos Sainz was also surprised, di ba? Pag radio sa kanya.
He was very
P1.
surprised.
Wow.
Very surprised. Going back to his radio messages, he was very, very surprised.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Carlos Sainz. Finally, hopefully this is the start of his turn on good luck, basically. Because he's had a really crappy start of his season. So I'm hoping na tuloy-tuloy na to for Sainz.
All right. Now we're gonna start the race. Yam. So
okay, let's do this.
in this one, let's go to Yamboy.
Okay, this one is the first start. If you can remember, after lights out,
Max.
si Max Verstappen lang at si Carlos Sainz ang maganda ang launch nila. All the rest was really sluggish. And what is surprising is Nicolas Latifi had also a good launch from
he had a brilliant
the start, no?
Yes.
Start okay.
From Latifi.
We can see here Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen, nauna siya from the pole sitter, si Carlos Sainz. Next, Hamilton from 4th, naging 3rd. Charles Leclerc, and then Sergio Perez, mabagal din yung start niya. We have Alonso, Norris, and look, from P10 to P8, Latifi nandito na siya sa gitna. Okay? And then we see Russell here on hards, Jong Uy and Gasly. The reason this is very important is because of the events that happened after this. All right. Pagdating dito, ayan na.
Immediately after.
May mga alikabok na. We see Verstappen, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez, Alonso, and very clearly an upside down Joe. So yan yung nangyari.
Si Shorty talaga.
After seeing that and the way the cameras were away from the scene, and then they already red flagged the event, wala pa tayong nakikita na
anything
na replace. Na anything na replace. Even the guys from Sky Sports, hindi pa, wala silang alam. So, syempre, kung ikaw na nanonood, makakabahan ka din kasi, wow, ano nangyari doon?
Ano nangyari? Yes.
So,
yes, definitely.
Oo. So, ikaw, Myles, anong na-feel mo dito nung nakita mo kaagad dito?
Actually, on the first corner pa lang, nakita yung itong scene na to na Verstappen was slowly pulling away from the pack. Kita na natin yung the melee that happened, di ba? Nakita ko na rin to oops, anong nangyari doon? So, ang ginawa ko, gimute ko yung aking TV kasi ayaw ko marinig yung commentator kasi yung sasabihin lang kasi nila Crofty sa comment during comments was yung first 5 na drivers Di na nila masasabi kung anong nangyari. So, after that, scored social media kung ano. Kasi alam ko, ilan yung attendance ng tao during the British Grand Prix? They were like 100,000 plus. And on that corner,
400.
ilan yung 400,000 for the weekend, all in all. On that grandstand pa lang, on where Shorty crashed, di ba? There were like hundreds or thousands siguro. Sharo ni isa dyan, walang dalang cellphone. Parang walang iba dun. May data yan. May cellphone yan. So malamang na-videoan yan. So I was scouring for any videos during kasi nag-red flag na So alam ko na mangyari. It would be race stop just like Monaco. Matagal-tagal to. So nag-research ako sa social media, Facebook as usual. Walang kwenta. Pumunta ako sa Reddit. Marami akong nakita sa Reddit, pero ang nakita ko lang sa Reddit kasi is, where's the replay? Pati sila mismo, mga nagko-comment doon, sabi lang na, baka meron kayong kakilala na nanood ng Silverstone, pasend naman ng picture, ganyan. So everyone was really waiting. And ang konsuelo na lang pinakita sa atin ng Sky Sports F1 was a frantic George Russell was jumping out of his car towards the crash site, who was really concerned for kay Shorty. Yun nga, nakita naman natin what happened, di ba? So kahit siguro ako, I would really parang humanitarian sake, being a good Samaritan. Siyempre, kapwa karerista mo yan So tulungan natin. Yun nga lang, at the expense na he left his car, he turned the engine off, and he couldn't restart it. He can't put his Mercedes back to the pit. So yun it was game over for him. Yes, that was what I'm talking about, di ba? He could easily, kaya pa naman patakboy ng Mercedes yung pabalik ng pit kahit 3 lang gulong. But yun na nga, pinatay niya, hindi na niya may start. Kawawa naman. Pero yun na nga, mga posts nga sa social media is George Russell was a human. Okay, he was labeled the human for the day. He might not get the driver of the day award, but he got the human of the day award. Yun nga, may footage tayo na it was him parang calling for
dalian ninyo.
Ewan ko ang tinatawag niya. Siguro tawag ba siya ng ambulance or crane or what? Or maybe helipad or tumawag sa Chinese embassy na parang, kababayan nyo. Just kidding aside, it was really a concern on all of their all of their actions. Makikita naman natin. from the on-site marshals to George Russell, who really literally stepped out of his car to help. Yun lang yun. Then came the delay of the red flag. Oh, yan oh. So this footage. Ewan ko, saan galing to footage mo, Jong? Maganda to ah.
Yeah. Scoured around.
Nice.
Yun na nga.
And if you look at this,
Magandang kuha yun.
the marshal with the yellow, yellow vest, a yellow jacket, he's signaling thumbs up. I think Jong Uy is already awake during that time, or maybe he's really awake all the time when during that crash.
He was really conscious. No,
Yeah, he was
during
conscious
that
kasi
I
gumagano
don't
na
think
eh.
he ever. I don't think he ever lost consciousness, no.
Yeah.
Thankfully, kasi that's a very significant event. Kasi if someone loses consciousness in a high G crash, that's a very big danger sign. Kumbaga.
Yes.
Pero fortunately, as far as we know, Jong Uy never lost consciousness in all of this.
Yeah.
Given the violence of that crash.
Yeah,
It's
horrific.
just really scary. I don't. Do you guys have any shots of the actual car while it was wedged between the fence and the tire barriers? May photos ba tayo nun? Or
Actually,
little
may
bit-
pinadala ako sa
might be a bit too
ano
graphic.
Yeah.
well, anyway, it's all
Guys,
over the
it's too-
internet what happened.
It's all
It's
over
too
the
graphic
internet.
din.
Pero
It's
ano
too
talaga?
graphic. Yeah.
It's too
So,
graphic naman talaga
yeah.
to look over kasi yun nga, it's really scary. Just incredibly scary.
Yeah,
the
grabe
way
talaga.
Meron
the way
din,
the
ano?
car slid across the track like that, parang tapos there was a report pa, di ba, na parang bumigay daw yung ring sa taas, di ba? Usually these cars have yung airbox nila sa taas. That's also part of the safety system. Apparently in Jong Uy's car, that partially collapsed. So talagang halo na yung
Halo na lang yung
nag-save sa
pagitan
buhay
sa helmet.
ni Joe.
Yeah.
So talagang
There were-
so this sorry, go ahead, Myles.
Actually, talking about halos, dalawa yung halo nag-save sa kanya eh. The halo of the car and the halo of his guardian angel, di ba? With that really high G. Very high G's yung ano, di ba? Tapos
Yeah.
nakikita natin post-race, the interview, merong ano na, I don't know if you have seen it. There was a post-race feature from Sky Sports na pinakita kung saan yung impact ng tumawa si Shoti. Eh nakita natin sa track mismo parang nabutas yung track almost a centimeter or more than
The
or
track was
at least an inch
there was significant
yung
damage. Oo.
on the asphalt na parang
Yeah.
bumaon, bumigay. Yun yung
Talaga
impact
natanggal
ng
yung asphalt. Oh.
Yes. So ganun ka
literally scraped off the
tindi.
asphalt. Talagang
Yeah.
So yun, really
Okay,
scary
proves na
stuff.
the
Yeah.
halo really saved Shoti.
Halo works. Yeah.
And yes,
The
Halo,
halo
works. Even though
works.
na yung
Yep.
first
absolutely.
introduce niyan, maraming umayaw eh, 'di ba? Maraming
Yeah.
pumalag.
Oo nga eh.
And
Kasi
they-
sa gaban
Yeah,
daw.
so I think
But-
I think this is the final nail in that coffin, no, in that discussion.
Yeah.
The halo
Yes,
is here to
oo.
stay. The halo is here to stay.
Yeah.
na, no?
And yeah, it's saved hindi lang Jong Uy's life. Even in F2, if you guys are watching the F2 as well, the Formula 2 race before the Grand Prix, Roy Nissany's life was also saved by the halo when
Yeah, tama.
when he triggered a similar crash in F2. So 2 lives saved in one day. Sipin nyo yan.
Actually,
So,
di marami pa
so
di. Meron pa yung
The
there was also
halo
kay
talaga.
Baby Shumi was also Baby Shumi was
Mm-hmm.
also saved from that, 'di ba? Hamilton was saved.
Yeah, so a lot
Kung
of
hindi
Oh
dahil
yeah,
sa halo,
Hamilton from the
Hamilton.
tire of Max
That's
Very
Verstappen.
famously.
Yeah,
Yes,
tama.
Very famously, Lewis Hamilton was saved by the halo. So, ang
yung
dami talaga.
sumampa
Okay.
si
To
Max
further, give us a detailed analysis on what happened on the crash.
ito.
Here's our Yamnalysis.
We needed
All
to
right. So here's the angle from Pierre Gasly's camera. As you can see here, this one is George Russell going towards the left. Hindi ko malaman bakit, pero probably because turn na doon, so he's positioning his car right here. Pero hindi niya nakita na nandito na pala si Gasly. So his rear left tire hit the front right tire of Pierre Gasly's car, and then yan na. Kita natin tuloy-tuloy na siya papunta dito kay Jong Uy. And after that, ayan na talaga, and boom. So Jong Uy's rear tire hit the front left tire of George Russell's car. And then after after that, ito dito ako nag-ano kasi probably ang nagbigay talaga ng momentum para bumaliktad yung kotse ni Joe is natulak pa siya ng skidding car ni George Russell. Kasi like that, yan.
Yeah, that's it.
Tinulak pa, then boom! Upside down na siya. He was skidding towards the gravel. So, ito pa yung isa, Russell's cam mismo. Ayan. So, papunta na siya sa left. Tapos biglang, ayan, sabog ka agad. Sabog ka agad yung dalawang gulong. And then after that, wala na. Tumayo na itong, nag-lift na ito. Sideways na yung kotse ni George, kaya natulak niya dito natulak niya dyan sa ibaba, banda. And this one is the one I really would like to explain, no? The aerial shot. So kanina we discussed on the start of the frame, dun sa start natin, kaya inano ko talaga si Latifi because see here, this is Latifi, this is Russell, this is Joe, and this is Gasly. All right? So Latifi from in between the two cars of Joe and Russell, nakalusot siya.
He was in 10th place
See? From 10th, naging 8 na siya. Ito na si Latifi. Russell here, Joe here, Gasly here. Now si Gasly, sabi niya, uy, okay yung ginawa ni Latifi
Nakalusot.
Subukan ko nga. Nakalusot nga siya, pero hanggang ilong lang. Eto na si Russell, yung kotse niya towards the left na. Russell, I think, nakita niya si Latifi, sabi niya, okay, I'll let this guy pass and then after that, I'll turn towards the left to position my car towards the right turn. Dun sa first right turn. Hindi niya na-anticipate itong si Gasly. Kaya after that, eto na. He hit the car of Joe. Okay? So, yan yung aerial shot naman natin. And then, yan. And then, after this, after dun sa upside down niya, syempre, nagkaroon na ng domino effect. And one driver na medyo malaki-laki yung damage din sa kotse niya is Alex Albon. So, here we see on the Vettel cam, ayan, si Vettel nasa likod ni Albon while everything is happening here. So these drivers parang syempre alam na nila kung ano yung nangyayari sa surroundings nila. Itong si Albon nasa harapan niya na kotse may nag-brake. So nag-brake itong si Vettel pero hindi na talaga niya napigilan. He hit the car of Albon, and then after that, Albon went sideways, and we can see clearly whose car was there in front of Albon na nagminor because ito na nga yung mga nangyayari dito. And then it cost Albon a very, very fast hit on the wall. So, eto, yun yung mga chain of events na nangyari before the first turn of the racetrack. So, grabe talaga. And
ang bilis talaga.
Ang bilis ng mga pangyayari. So, guys, what do you think of my analysis?
Yes, you like it.
Horrific.
Ganda na
Yeah.
Horrific.
Frame by frame. Frame by frame.
Pero I needed to do that. Kasi it will be easier for everyone to understand what
Yes,
really
that's
happened.
right. That's
Bakit
absolutely
nagkaroon
right.
ng ganon?
Oo.
That's why
Ang
That's
ganda
why
talaga.
aerial shots and everything. Kailangan natin makuha 'yun. We are purple
Comprehensive
sector, di
analysis.
ba?
Yep. Yep.
Oo.
Tayo
Yum.
TRLs purple
Oo.
sector. So we need to do
We're
that.
getting
Yum,
Yeah,
yum,
right.
yum.
ano na.
Yam.
Mads,
Yung
go.
illustrations mo ano talaga. I'm really grateful na napakita mo yan, na share mo sa atin, sa amin at sa mga nanonood sa atin. Really, yun hindi ko talaga napansin regarding the Latifi, yung you pointed it out during what happened to Kulas.
Okay.
Ganda yun. Maganda yung ni Kulas. At saka din yan, I was really hoping na sana ikaw na lang yung naging teacher ko sa calculus when I was still in college. Kasi kung naging teacher kita, sana hindi ako nahirapan sa calculus.
Makikinig ka talaga.
So, hopefully, sayang.
And then while all of these are happening, we can hear Jenson Button, we can hear Crofty, we can hear all the commentators. Why did that happen? Kasi especially now, yung mga cars are really close to the floor. So imposibleng may ganung pwedeng mangyari na talagang nag-turn turtle sila. Pero for me, I have a theory. Akin ito walang iba because of the so much porpoising issue nung mga nakaraang race. I read one article from Pirelli. So here it is. My theory is like this. Basing on the tires of the 2021 and the 2022, makikita natin yung 13-inch wheels with medyo mas mataas pa yung kanyang
thicker,
sidewall compared dito sa ngayon.
Sidewalls niya.
So,
Higher profile.
Profile, yeah.
ito yung article from Pirelli's head of F1 and car racing, Mario Isola. Ito yung sabi niya regarding dun sa porpoising because somebody from Mercedes sabi nila na dahil daw dito sa gulong na ito, maaaring nagbigay din daw ng porpoising doon sa Mercedes. So dito, kinorek niya and in-explain niya dito yung difference ng dalawa. So this one. But obviously, maybe with the higher sidewall of the 13 inches, this one, this bouncing effect could have been even more because you have the sidewall that is much bigger and works as a sort of suspension much more than the current one. Okay? Tapos, ang second niya is now the cars are stiffer and the tires are stiffer, and that is something that the teams have to address. So regarding this statement from Mr. Isola, para sa akin, since ito nga, imagine 13-inch rims with this wide tire, tatama doon sa kabilang 13-inch na may ganitong wide tire din, mag-absorb ng at least konting impact na syempre hindi naman would not send the car to catapult agad-agad na ganon compared to the new tires.
Yeah, nawala
And
masyadong
makikita
rubber.
natin kanina dun sa makikita din natin dun sa video na nung dun sa frame by frame natin na when Joe's tire hit the tire of Russell, sumabog ka agad. So bakal to bakal na kaagad yung nagta-touch. Kaya ayun, dire-diretso na kaagad. So anyway, that's only me, yung analysis. Hindi ko alam kung anong pwede pang iba dito. Pero yun ang mabilis kasi we drive our own cars, di ba? The thicker it is, so at least syempre meron pang konting suspension unlike yung mga super low profile tires. So that's my analysis for that, guys. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant
Galing.
analysis. Maganda yan.
Yan.
Nicely done.
At meron akong can I add something regarding what happened to Shoti, di ba? Kay Jong Uy. Okay, mga akin lang din kasi in any form of open wheel racing, like whether it be F1, F2, Indy, and even go-karts, di ba? Open wheel racing, once na meron kayong kabangga na kasama ninyo, talagang may certain angle, may certain impact na talagang lilipad kayo. If you can remember, Jong, remember mo noon when we went karting in Subic?
Subic. Yep.
Yes, di ba? Meron tayong kasama doon, karera, kasama natin kakarera noon yung bata.
Yeah,
The
malala ko
bata
yun.
was, yung bata, tinamaan ako sa likuran.
Tapos dumaan dito.
Dumaan dito. Lumipad sa akin. The whole cart mismo, the whole go-kart
Half of the cart.
in-
Half the cart dumaan
yes.
dito.
Flew the cart, the cart flew. If kung medyo mabagal-bagal pa ng konti yung takbo ko noon, the whole cart would have landed on me. Diba? Buti na lang, medyo mabilis rin yung takbo ko, so the car medyo na-scrape lang yung aking right arm. Pero ito only proves to show na open wheel racing talaga. Pag ewan ko parang, ang ano ko kasi noon nangyari was, I was in the first, when we approached the corner, ako yung una ako yung naka-racing line. Siya nagparang nagparang ala Lewis Hamilton siya na hindi niya sinunod yung racing line. He tried to get the corner na ako naman ang nauna, kaya so tinamaan ako sa rear right, and lumipad siya. Buti na lang ganun yung angle, kung hindi wala pa namang halo ang go-kart siyempre baka hindi nyo na ako kasama ngayon, di ba?
Hindi, ngayon.
It really flew.
Hindi, ngayon kasi, yung mga go-kart ngayon, meron na silang mga steel barriers. So, it's not gonna be tire to tire already. So, there was a term that we used to say during that time, kung malala mo, we call it the free jack. So,
Yes.
if you guys watch the movie Free Jack, he was a IndyCar racer, I think. It was Emilio Estevez. It's a movie. Anyway, quick lang. Namatay siya doon sa race na yun. Ganun din, wheel to wheel. Then, yung medyo exaggerate lang yun kasi lumipad yung kanyang kotse. Dumiretso doon sa start-finish line
Event.
arc, something like that. Then he died, exploded. So, that was the term that we used when we were racing at Subic.
jack.
Si Myles na free jack.
Yes. Yun.
All right.
Yeah, but the
All
principle
right.
is there, diba? The idea is there, diba?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you go back to that shot, was it Jong or Yam na when sino ba to, Russell and Joe's tires actually made contact, yung sumabog yung mga gulong nila. So I think that my guess is parang ganun rin yung nangyari na talagang Joe's car was literally catapulted into the air via the right rear ng yung impact dun sa right rear niya. I can't say for sure kung ano nangyari kasi I think you're still looking into exactly what happened. Pero that's just my guess na talagang nagsimula doon These cars, they have a very, very low center of gravity. It's almost impossible, diba, to flip them over. And the times that we do see them flip over, very famously yung mga nangyari kay yung mga ilang beses na nangyari yan, di ba, na we see cars going into the air. It's usually kasi it's wheel to wheel, and it's not like wheel side to side, di ba? It's like one wheel in front of the other. So tumama yung isang gulong, and literally, well, they're both wheels, so one will go on top of the other. And I think that's what happened there. Is talagang napalipad lang yung kotse ni Guan Yu Zhou. Anyway,
Okay. So,
all these things aside, we're just really happy, no, na
that
Guan Yu
Joe
Zhou
is
was
okay, yeah.
just fine. He was fine. So that's again testament to the safety, safety features that the insane engineering that goes into these cars. It's just incredible to see na Guan Yu Zhou was in that horrific crash. He was pinned inside the car for several minutes. I mean, the whole race was red flagged for an hour, di ba?
An hour ba?
Napahintay tayo.
I think.
Parang 1 hour yun. Ang haba ng red flag.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, more or less
And,
1 hour.
okay.
Buntik na nga ako nakatulog sa upuan ko kasi it was madaling araw na yun dito
Yeah. So,
I think alas 4 na ng umaga dito na nag-restart yung race.
So there were-
Anyway, that was, yeah.
So during the red flag, there were two things that caught our eyes. No, bakit? Number one was, why was George Russell not permitted to go back to the race? You know, so I think you have a photo of that, or let's check this out.
Ikaw.
Yeah. So
Ikaw yung
so
meron
he was
yan.
not he was not permitted to go back to the race. It's
Yan.
because he went out, though walang catch yun yung pag went out niya, no? So he went syempre parang feeling siguro niya siya yung nakakos nung disgrasya.
Jong, so theoretically, Jong, if even though Russell left his car like he did in that photo, he would have so it would have been possible for him to resume the race.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
what you're saying?
Yes, if he was able to
Right.
start his
Premise.
car. Unfortunately, hindi niya napastart yung car niya. So, medyo malapit lang sa
okay.
pit yun eh. Tumakbo siya punta sa pit area to call his technical mechanic to start the car. But, unfortunately, nasa flatbed na yung kotse niya. So, the rules there is that...
Pagsalit niya.
Automasters na. Na-automasters na yung
na-automaster
kotse
na yung car niya.
Automasters.
So basically, they were trying to fix the car of Russell while they are trying to, saying there talaga kung pwede ba silang mag-race balik. But basically, from what we know is that from the rules that of you should mabalik mo yung kotse mo sa pit area without any assistance from the marshal or from the FIA, something like that. So that was the kaya hindi siya na admitted to go back to the race. In spite of his humanitarian
That was the
efforts.
premise eh. Dapat you have to bring back your car to the pit lane. To the fast lane of the pits. Dapat ibalik mo yung kotse mo kahit ano ka pang
Under its
itsura
own
niyan,
power.
basta ibalik mo without the aid of any mechanical something. I
Anyone
forgot
else.
the
Yeah,
exact wording.
something like
Under its own power, no?
Yes. Whether you have to push it by your own or hindi, basta ibalik mo. Pero hindi na niya mabalik kasi hindi na niya
And the
Hindi na niya
second
may-
Ala Nigel Mansell.
Yeah, and the second
Yes,
issue
yes.
there was, we have a YAM analysis again for this one. Why
Yun, no?
when the race restart on lap number 3, why it went back to the original grid position? Hindi si Max Verstappen yung lamang. So we have a YAM analysis of this one. YAM,
Yan.
be my
Maganda
guest.
to.
All right. So, okay. This is what happened, no? Ito na yon. Very clear na dito yung mga nangyari. We can see here, up top, Hamilton, Leclerc, Alonso, Perez, Norris, Latifi. Oh, see? Latifi, di ba? Ibang klase yung matang yan. Bottas,
Nicolas.
Gasly, Ricardo, and then we have Russell's car here spinning pa, and Joe nandito na. So nung nangyari
Let's
ito,
wait to the
nag-red
wall.
flag kaagad sila. Oo, nag-red flag kaagad sila. Kaya hindi nakalampas ang lahat ng kotse doon sa second safety car line. The second safety car line is this one. Yang linya na yan.
Correct.
Pit lane
Ano,
exit.
ano ba yung safety car line 2 na yan? The first point at which the FIA can take an updated race order after the start. So since hindi lahat ng kotse nakapass through that line, they decided the order would be the same grid positions as the Q3
qualifying.
results. Yes, sir. So yan yung
Precisely.
analysis natin dyan.
Nice.
Tama.
And this
Getting better at
time,
this analysis, aren't
Yeah.
we?
and this
Professor.
time,
Yamboy.
Gumaganda ang flow ni Yamboy.
yeah.
With every
And-
episode, may improvement.
D.
Galing ah.
D, you better address him as Professor Yamboy.
Oo nga, no?
May
Oo nga, eh.
teacher ko yan
Si Prof.
sana, calculus sana yun eh.
Mas hindi ko naalala kung
Professor
nag-aaral
Yamboy.
ba tayo ng calculus.
Ah,
Hindi ko
Hindi.
maalala nag-aaral ba tayo ng calculus.
Oy, ako nag-calculus ako.
Kasi while doing
You would have.
Engineering ako,
Ah,
engineering.
tama.
guys, while
engineer
doing
pala.
this,
Okay.
while while doing this, guys, I'm also learning more and more
About
about
F1. Of course,
about
definitely.
the F1. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to. Kaya,
So,
ayun, yun ang
race
analysis
restart.
doon.
Okay, for me, for the race restart, it's another opportunity for, Carlos Sainz to sort of improve his, start. Kasi naunahan siya ni Max Verstappen during that time. Si Max Verstappen naman, I can just do it again. Something like that. Well, anyway, during the race restart, yes, si Carlos Sainz was able to
Maintain
get
niya
it,
yung kanyang...
was able to defend his line, his pole position from Max Verstappen.
He
So,
did a la
yeah,
Schumacher.
Yeah.
He did Michael Schumacher on Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Inipit niya sa inside. So, of course, pag ipitin mo sa inside, wala kang racing line. Hindi mo maano. Well, anyway, so this was the race restart. It was really a wheel-to-wheel racing between this. Look at this picture right here.
Yep.
Red Bull,
Yeah,
Ferrari,
I
Red
think
Bull,
the term,
Ferrari.
I think the
on
term that you guys are looking for now.
second corner.
Yeah, I think the term that you're looking for, no, is elbows out.
Yeah, elbows out.
Carlos
Yeah.
Sainz had his elbows out.
Motor yun
Diba?
eh. Sa
Talagang,
MotoGP,
oh,
elbows
oh.
out. But this one.
Elbows out eh. Oh. Parang that term is becoming more and more popular with F1 these days. Napansin ko lang. Pero this is really impressive start, diba?
Yeah.
Restart.
So this is
From,
the second corner.
from
This is
Sainz.
the second corner of Silverstone. As you can see,
Yep.
4 cars trying to squeeze past on that corner. So sa likod dito si si Mercedes, dito si Lando Norris. So let's proceed. And eventually Carlos Sainz
Yan.
was able to
Slip through.
Breakaway.
break away.
Pull up, yeah.
Yeah.
Naka, na siya. Well, Jong, I have a very clear dito, Jong.
Go.
Let me present this one. Okay, sandali lang ha.
Yes, Professor.
See. Okay.
Money
Ang dami
heist.
ng palayaw ni Yamboy
Money heist. All right. So,
Dami mo ng nickname.
at this point, ito si Max Verstappen. This one is Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc is squeezing because before this, nauna kasi si
Perez.
Checo Perez sa kanya. Ito pa isa. Yan. Makikita natin, poor start pa din from Charles. Kaya ito, nauna na si Perez sa kanya. And then we see Max Verstappen. Yeah. Max Verstappen here, na iniipit na siya ni Carlos Sainz para at least wala siyang racing line and mauna itong si Carlos. Next to that, ito na si Carlos Sainz. Next to him is Max and next to him is Checo. So, syempre, ikaw si Charles, kailangan mong hapulin si Checo. So, ito yung attack ni Charles kay Checo. Then eventually, nagkaroon sila ng wheel-to-wheel battle dyan and nagkaroon pa ng damage sa both cars
That's right.
sa front wings nila. Yes. At this point, very clear ang damage ni Checo dito. Ayan. Ayan na yung damage niya. Kaya
Kailangan
yun,
niya mag-pit yun.
sa restart pa lang talagang grabe, ang ganda na nung bakbakan between the two top teams, di ba?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
So
yeah,
kaya nga,
Andy.
dyan na nagsimula yung so this was the start of Checo's uphill battle, kumbaga. Kasi,
He went to the pits. Yeah.
yep, immediately after this, na nakita na yung damage on his front wing, yeah, he had to pit. Pit stops in Silverstone, usually 19 seconds. You lose about 19 seconds on average. But if you're changing a front wing, that's gonna take a whole lot longer. And that's exactly what happened with Checo Perez. By the time he came back out, he was down to P17.
Yep.
And
Yes.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
at this point, no, everyone thought, patay, this is it. Wala na si Checo. He's out of contention na for this race. Oh boy, were we
But
wrong?
but P17,
We were so wrong, weren't we?
yeah, P17 on a new wing and a hard compound tire.
Yep.
Set of tires.
Yep. So Checo was setting himself up for the long game.
Yeah. I think everyone was on the same strategy from the mid compound to the hard compound sila.
Yep.
Medyo fortunate lang si Lewis Hamilton kasi mas matagal niyang na-preserve yung tire niya. So this was it. So this was Lewis Hamilton was, a Lando Norris to. So ito, hinabol niya si Lando Norris. So he's closing in. Ano to? This is Carlos Sainz. Yeah. Okay.
Carlos Sainz, oh.
Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
He was looking for the beach
Sainz,
again.
looking for the gravel.
Yeah.
No. The reason why he was there is nagkaroon ng hangin na malakas, di ba? Kaya medyo nag-shake yung kotse niya. That's why lumabas itong kotse niya dito. That prompted Verstappen's attack. After this one,
Wala na, lapang na si Verstappen dito. Yeah.
Lamang na si Verstappen.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Pero hindi kasalanan
So he
ni
went
Carlos yun.
wide.
He was doing great.
Oh,
Yeah, he
just went wide.
He was doing great, pero may wind talaga dumulas talaga yung likod niya. Pero eto, nauna na si Max from Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
And then
this
after
is
that, this is the disco of the two
synchronized dancing. Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda of Alpha Tauri.
Nakakainit ng ulo itong
Sabay pa sila, no?
Who made the error?
Okay.
Yeah, who made the error dito sa ginawang
No
balay
one.
nitong dalawang ito? Ha?
Walang nangyaring error. If you look at the replays, they never made contact with each
Touch,
other.
no contact, yeah.
They were just racing.
Okay.
No contact. They were just racing. Basically, I think it was just bad timing, na nagsabayan silang nag-spin, and they may have. I'm sure they weren't planning on it, pero they look something like this. So it's
Okay, Sino ka?
Gasly
Saan si
and
Yuki?
Tsunoda sabay.
Oh.
And nag-synchronize dancing yung dalawa. Ewan ko na nangyari sa kanila, pero sayang na for Alpha Tauri. For an Alpha Tauri fan. Sayang yung opportunity kasi they were ang ganda pa naman sana
Actually,
ng takbo
it was,
ng kasi sige
Yung,
Mars.
nung nakita ko yung ballet nilang dalawa, na dalawang Alpha Tauris, they did the ballet. It reminded me of yung parang nag-initial D sila They went drifting Total naman, pwede namang pumasa dahil si Yuki naman is Hapon, so initial D naman is Japanese in origin, di ba? So parang,
Tama.
and they're driving a Honda, di ba? So B-Tech.
Alright.
Posible rin,
aside,
posible rin kasi it was quite posible rin na it could have been another rogue gust of wind. Kasi sabay sila dalawa, di ba? It could have been another gust of wind, similar sa nangyari kay Sainz. But
Actually,
we don't know
talaga?
for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any
And
accounts
suddenly-
of that online.
Yeah.
Ang isa lang din ang pinakita nila na pinakita lang ng AlphaTauri sa buong mundo na pareho sila ng dalawa ng sasakyan. So walang lamang, no first driver, no second driver. Pantay-pantay lahat ng sasakyan nila. For both drivers, pantay ang sasakyan. So pantay rin yung kanilang ginawang balay. I don't know what turn
Yeah.
what turn it was, 'di ba?
So now,
Anyway, moving on.
This is the incident of Max Verstappen had a tire problem. Meron daw siyang what do you call that? Natamaan
yes,
na
this one.
debris or something.
So Jong, this wasn't exactly a tire problem. We thought initially
It was a tire problem.
Even Max thought it was. Everyone thought it was a tire problem initially. Eventually, a little bit later on, na-determine nila na kasi after this, after Max noticed na he started slowing down all of a sudden, kasi he ran over some debris on the track. Tapos doon na nagsimula na bumabagal yung sasakyan niya. So Max pitted for fresher tires, but still the problem was persisting, di ba? Sabi na, ran over a bit of carbon. So akala kaagad niya puncture. So he pits, comes out, pero same problem nag-persist on fresh tires. It was later found out na it's actually a bodywork damage kasi yung piece of carbon fiber na yun, bodywork damage yun, tumama sa likod niya. From an Alpha Tauri pa naman. A piece of carbon fiber from an Alpha Tauri.
Thank you.
So, oops.
Thank you, sister team. Thank you,
Sister
team
team
B.
So there's actually a photo of Verstappen holding that particular piece of carbon fiber in his hand after the race.
I saw that.
I think you guys have seen it, diba? So sayang na yun lang. So that's why Verstappen was eventually relegated to P7 by the end of the race. So this photo right here, I think ito yung safety car dahil kay Esteban Ocon. Yes. So Esteban Ocon in lap 38, 39 suffered a breakdown and decided to park his car right in front, right in the middle of the track. So forced the safety car to come out. And
but wait. Before this, it was Sainz, Leclerc, and Hamilton, right? So
Yes.
Yep.
there was a battle between why does the Ferrari the strategy, the team strategy, they know that slowly Hamilton is eating their lead slowly every lap, every lap.
Every lap.
Lap after lap.
Fastest lap after fastest lap. Grabe si Hamilton.
So what happened? Another problem with the strategy of Ferrari. They could not seem to figure out kung sige, Charles, mauna ka na or what? Sainz, atras ka kasi mas mabilis si Charles, something like that. And every lap, Hamilton is closing in the gap 1 second or less than a second every 2 laps. And
Masyado lang siguro mabait. Masyado mabait lang ang Ferrari. Kasi ganito nangyari, no? They are giving Carlos a chance to improve his pace. Pero ilang laps na nakaraan, ang dumaan pala, wala pa ding improvement. And Charles from the rear of Carlos, sabi niya, maganda yung pace ko, paunahin niyo ko kasi para at least naman makalamang tayo dito sa na ito because Carlos is really delaying him. Pero hindi pa din nila na-realize. And then, yun nga, Hamilton is eating away their lead. Kaya, I don't know why. And, ang instruction, instead of magpalit sila, ang instruction patuloy, okay, this is just in, you can fight. Parang, ano ba, team ba kayo?
Nakakalito.
Diba?
That was not the best day for Ferrari strategy.
Ikaw, Myles.
Actually ito kung papansinin nyo, Leclerc, si Charles talaga, it would really have a slower car as compared to Carlos Sainz. Because, unang-una, hindi pa siya nag-pit to repair, broken pa yung kanyang front end plate dahil tumama yung kanilang battle on the earlier laps, di ba? Sira pa rin yan. So, na-compromise na yung aerodynamics ng kanyang car. So, unlike Carlos Sainz na walang damage, mas mabilis talaga ang sasakyan ni Carlos Sainz. And yun na nga din, binigyan sila ng order, Carlos, you are free to fight. Diba? Pero, pagbitaw ng you are free to fight, after 1 or 2 corners, biglang sabing, maintain your position. Parang Carlos nainis na yung Espanyol parang ano ba talaga. At saka si Charles din ito in my own opinion lang, Charles kasi is the older Ferrari. Mas matanda siya sa Ferrari than Carlos Sainz. So parang feeling niya mas senior ako sa iyo, so ako dapat ang pagbigyan ng team, ako yung pagbigyan ng importansya, di ba?
Yeah.
So, parang dapat parang ako yung driver, kulang na lang sabihin, ako driver 1 eh. So, dapat ako mauna, di ba? Yun ang parang, sa tingin ko, yun ang nasa mindset ni Charles eh. Pero ang mindset din naman ni Carlos Sainz was, I'm in a Ferrari, ito na yung chance ko, Ferrari na ako. I have a good car right now, so why not? Parang sayang din na dahil lang sa ano,
Yeah.
it is my 150th Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
Diba?
Yeah.
So, pang
Correct.
150 ko na to, dapat sana, yeah, kung kaya kong manalo, ba't nyo ko pigilan, di ba? Parang huwag kayong mag-invento, ano ba yan?
But looking at
Anyway,
looking at the time board right here, the scoreboard right here, 39:52 on lap 39. Look at the number 4 driver, which is Checo Perez. So since the
Yes.
Checo Perez was the one who first changed tire because of the change of his front wing, naunahan niya lahat dahil lahat ito nag-pit
Super
Before.
undercut.
the safety car.
Yep. So
Yeah.
very effective.
So
undercut.
pagdating ng safety car, pagdating ng safety car, ayan na. Swerte na. Sabi ko, Perez will end up
Swertehan si
in
Perez.
2 talaga ito. Or
Podium.
kung hindi, 1.
Yung podium yun.
Oo. And then, Jong, the previous photo, yung pakita mo. This is very clear. Another Ferrari strategy. I don't know kung if
No,
if
blunder.
it's a strategy error or whatever. Kasi
Yep.
the first car here, Charles Leclerc, they made him stay out and
Stay
then
out, yeah.
pitted Carlos Sainz, and then si Hamilton nagpit, si
Saka si
Perez
Perez
nagpit na
nagpit.
nito, Norris and Alonso. Yeah.
Basically everyone.
Not only
everyone pitted. Yeah.
Perez, Norris, Alonso, lahat sila soft tires na sila. So, ayan na, nanginginig na si Charles by this time. Sabi niya, bakit hindi kaya ako pinapasok? So, ang strategy nila ngayon is, Jong, next picture. Next picture, bye. Yan ang strategy nila. Sinabihan nila si Carlos dito, okay, Carlos, this is the instruction. Kindly give Charles breathing room, at least 10 car gap. Yun ang strategy nila, bay. Para at least magkaroon ng time si Charles to heat up his tires. So, Andy, anong sabi naman ni Carlos sa team niya?
Ay, nako. This is one of the most ridiculous. This is one of the most ridiculous orders I've ever heard being given to a racing driver in the middle of a Grand Prix. Isipin niyo nga for a second. No? Let's appreciate the scenario first. No? Carlos Sainz in P2, Leclerc P1. Sige. Yes, pinagpalit sila kasi Carlos was not hitting his target times. I think they were aiming for like 32 something. Nakalimutan ko yung number. But yes, sige, pinalit sila. Leclerc was quicker on old hard tires, number 1, with a broken front wing. He was still quicker than Sainz, who was on fresh tires, mind you. So yes, all credit to Charles Leclerc on this race. He did everything in his power to maintain his pace. Talagang magaling si Leclerc.
Yeah.
He was just screwed over by Ferrari strategy again. Now let's go back to Sainz. Carlos Sainz in P2 was given the instruction: 10 car lengths. Give Charles 10 car lengths. How on earth are you supposed to do that when you have a 7-time champion
At your back.
Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes right behind you? Anong gagawin mo? Magbe-brake ka? You're gonna brake test
Madali
Lewis
lang yan,
Hamilton and everyone else behind
Madali
you.
lang yan din. Madali
What
lang.
are you supposed to do?
Paano, Miles?
What
Madali
are
lang
you
yan
supposed to
din.
do?
If you want to give a 10 car length space to the driver in front of you, you go ask Manong Fernando. Manong Fernando did that a couple of races ago, di ba? When when he was the driver, he was the engineer of an F1 train when he held up everyone. But anyway, it was really a ridiculous call from the Ferrari pits.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yun na nga eh. Ito na lang ha.
Galit na galit sa
Basahin ko
science.
na lang ha. Yeah. Ito kaya nga, ito yung the actual words of Carlos Sainz. Eh. But guys,
Yung
I'm
transcript
under
niya.
pressure from Hamilton. Diba? Please don't ask these things. Diba? Please don't ask these things. Please. Then he paused for a moment, then please. Well, he sounded, actually when you hear it over the radio, Carlos Sainz parang hindi na sa Spanyol eh. Parang he sounded like an Indian guy na Indian guy asking
Irritated
the
na
race
galit na galit
engineers
sa size niyan. Oh.
He looked like
kaya
an
nga,
Indian guy.
Nanggigigil na siya.
How could you ask him
Nanggigigil na
something
siya
like
nun,
that?
eh.
Oh,
Hindi, kawawa talaga. Kawawa talaga. Ako naawa talaga ko sa kanya. I was happy for him in this race. So, kawawa talaga. Please.
Please, huwag niyong gawin to.
Stop
Bigyan
inventing.
nakita niya
Stop
eh.
inventing.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that was
Galit na
the
galit
famous
siya.
line. Stop inventing. Naisipin mo lang,
Stop
Hamilton was
inventing.
really breathing. He was really eating up
Right
the
down
Ferrari.
his neck, yeah.
Yes.
He was literally
doing
breathing down Sainz's neck.
Oh. And also
Kita niyo.
when the safety car went out, diba? When the safety car
Ito,
went
10
out,
laps to go.
courtesy of Esteban Ocon, doon ko nasabi, patay, ubus na. Si Hamilton, nandun na talaga yan sa likod ni Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz couldn't do anything eh. Kasi yun na nga, nandun si Leclerc sa harapan. Ngayon, sabihan pa siya na paunahin si Charles. Di ba parang, uy, parang ganun si Carlos Sainz, naunsa mo diha. Parang, ano, merong 7-time world
Hindi,
champion, no? Fastest lap yan. Tapos ngayon, yung,
Kung ako naman si Carlos, nilagyan niyo ako ng fresh soft tires. So I think you expect me to fight. Hindi harangin itong mga world time mga champions dito, di ba? I mean,
champions.
binigyan niyo ako ng bagong gulong, guys. Tapos magdidepensa lang ako? Ay, hindi pwede. Hindi pwede. Mas mabilis ako kay Leclerc. Tirahin ko to, di ba? Weird.
Yeah. So, that
Very weird.
didn't happen. He defied the order, the team orders. So,
Yes.
they went into racing.
Yep.
Eventually, Sainz was able to pass Charles. And
there was also,
one of the best
Before-
sequences is this. Go.
Before
Yeah.
itong nangyari itong dalawa kay Charles and Sainz, Carlos Sainz. Okay, there was really a semi-heated argument over the radio na parang ano man, kunin ko na to o napaunahin ako tapos si Charles naman reklamo, hindi pwede. Kung hindi, I got the faster car, hindi pwede. Ako pa rin mauna, hindi pwede. Lahat sila parang ano ba talaga? Ano talaga ang gusto ng team, di ba? So, eventually parang forgot what happened na nakuha ni Carlos Sainz. Lap 43. He got the lead from Charles. Kasi, ayun na nga, nakuha niya kasi nakita na rin na iba, mas malakas talaga ang pace ni Carlos Sainz with fresher tires, the soft tires, as compared to
Yep.
old
Yep.
tires of Charles, di ba? Na
Old hards
slowly,
pa talaga.
degraded na. Degrading na yung kanyang tires, di ba? So, kailangan talaga. So, pinauna na talaga si Carlos. And makita
This is a battle
natin
Ito,
ngayon,
between-
best sequence talaga.
This is one of the best sequence, the battle between, first
Ito
is the
talaga.
battle between these two drivers, Charles and Checo Perez. So, Ferrari versus the Red Bull. And since that Hamilton is, sort of on pace with these cars, sumama siya sa gera. Kaya ito.
yeah,
Ayun na.
third,
Ayan, makikita mo na.
Yeah. So, sumama
Ano
siya sa
daw,
gera.
lumabas
And
Lumabas yung gulangan. No? Gulangan na
And-
to eh.
yun yung term mo, sinabi mo, Andy, is nagulungan na sila, tinulak ni Checo outside si Charles, and
Yep.
opens up the racing line on
guess
the
who takes the
outside.
inside?
And the jubilation of the British people,
Grabe.
there you go, taking on
Grabe ang
the apex. Look at that. That's the racing line
grabe ang
already.
reaction nito. Oh.
Yeah. So
It was habang while battling for the second place, ito nga, yun na nga, nagkagulangan ang Red Bull and the Red Ferrari. Yun na nga, hindi nila nabantayan. Alam naman natin si Lewis Hamilton, paminsan unconventional to magkarera eh. Hindi sinusunod yung racing line eh. Nakakita siya ng konting opening, kinuha niya to the point na paglabas niya, tumama na siya sa apex, then wala na, he got it.
yeah.
So he got second place from the
Yep.
two boys who was battling it out, diba? So
Yeah, but eventually
then the whole
ganun.
Brilliant move
Silverstone
talaga.
jumped it. Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant move from Lewis.
Short-lived.
Good.
The short-lived number 2.
Short-lived
Short-lived
lang. Oh. Short-lived lang.
Tama,
Yun nga
tama
lang.
yun.
Pero brilliant pa rin. I'm not gonna take that away from Lewis.
Brilliant,
no?
yeah.
This
Oh,
was
Jong.
a brilliant sequence, especially for Lewis.
Go. Yam.
Balik mo dun sa picture na yun, bay. Balik mo dun sa picture na yun, bay. Okay, while this is happening, makikita ninyo far back, Max Verstappen, nanonood na lang doon sa mga nangyayari. Dito, awang-awa ako dun sa
Kung ano si
angle na
Verstappen
ito.
yun,
Awang-awa ako kay Max dito. Yeah, Verstappen is on that Red Bull car, dun sa may
Yeah.
Rolex. And then this one, makikita mo itong...
I should have been there.
Pero pause nyo lang sandali, gents, no? Max Verstappen is the one in the background, di ba? Who
Yes.
is not in that picture? Sino ang P8 at that point?
Mick Schumacher.
Mick Schumacher, di ba?
Yeah.
So that means nahabol pa niya si Verstappen.
Yes.
Yes.
Di ba?
Unfortunately.
1.8 seconds na ng gap nilang dalawa.
Isipin niyo yan. Nahabol pa niya si Verstappen. Kasi ang layo pa. This is lap 46, di ba? By the end of the race, they were virtually, they were just less than 1 second difference, di ba, sa kanilang dalawa. They were battling towards the end. So,
Yes.
ayos
Baby Shumi.
Ngayon ko lang napansin na
Ayan, malayo
Mick was
kasi.
still, tingnan niyo, ilang segundo ba ang Mick was 1.8 seconds. So, nahabol talaga niya si Verstappen.
Yeah.
Nahabol niya.
Galing.
Nahabol niya. Yes.
Nahabol niya si
Kasi
Verstappen.
siguro,
Alright.
Well, sa bagay, damage din yung sasakyan ni Verstappen eh. So, I guess that's why.
tsaka yun,
anyway,
nawala na ng gana si
brilliant
Verstappen kasi
sequence.
sabi niya, wala na siyang gana. Sabi niya,
Ganun
ako
rin.
sana yung naglalaban
Ganun
doon.
rin.
Jong, ibalik mo dun sa kabila. Ibalik mo dun sa isang picture. Yan, okay.
Yan.
Makikita natin dito, yan yun, bay. Yan. Okay, nauuna ngayon si Red Bull ni Checo Perez. Kakatapos lang niyang i-overtake si Hamilton. Pero look, Charles Leclerc, di ba? He is attacking Hamilton right at this point. And then next photo, Jong, sa next photo, nauna na si Charles kay nauna na si Charles kay Lewis Hamilton. So, even though he had old tires, hard tires pa, and then
Broken.
front wing damage,
Broken
pinahirapan niya ang 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
Pinahirapan talaga niya dito. Kaya ito yung nagpaganda lalo sa karera.
Which gives you that Mercedes is still not yet on the pace of these two cars, Red Bull and Ferrari. They're still trying.
Yeah.
But we're
No,
very close
medyo-
now. Very close na.
Yeah, very close na.
Yeah.
I beg to
Just about
disagree,
there,
Jong.
actually. Konting tweaking na lang yan.
Bakit? Bakit, Miles?
I beg to disagree, Jong, kasi sabi mo na wala pa sa pace. For how many laps, Jong, while Hamilton was struggling to catch the Ferrari, nakakailang fastest laps eh.
Yeah, but
Yun na yung nagiging benchmark nila eh. Yun ang nagiging benchmark ng Ferrari eh. Yun ang sinasabi nila, parang Hamilton did a 32. So you must do a 32 also, 'di ba? Pero yun na nga, eventually Hamilton did a 29, 'di ba? Parang yun ang fastest lap na niya eh.
in one
did a
sector. In one
1:29.
sector, yeah.
Oh. Para yun eh. Kaya yung the pace of the Mercedes was there. Medyo ito nga, medyo yung ano ko naman ito, yung nangyari sa battle na ito, was Hamilton, pangit yung gulong niya eh. Parang di ba, kung ma-remember nyo, mas gusto pa niya yung mediums kaysa sa soft.
Yeah.
Sabi niya
Yellow,
parang
yellow.
hindi maayos yung hindi maayos yung takbo na yung ano ng soft tires. Mas magusto ko pa yung medium. Kaya yun na nga. So medyo nahirapan din sa to get the grip, proper grip on the ano.
Yeah, mukhang
DJ
may
na
bala
si
kaya tayong
Professor.
maging DJ Yam ah.
Wala, di nata tayo marinig. Sir, Professor.
Marinig mo kami?
Professor. Okay. Kala ko, taos na tayo.
Alright. So, eventually, Hamilton was
40
able
to 52,
to
yes.
grab the third position from Leclerc.
The third podium. Anyway, yeah, just a little bit more on this part, no, kasi this is towards the end of the race.
Atras pa, Jong.
If you go back a little bit, Jong, yep. So if you go back a little bit, this is Hamilton and Leclerc battling. Somewhere here, they went through a very controversial corner of Silverstone. Cops corner.
Cops Corner, yeah.
Cops
Diba?
corner.
The very iconic Cops corner where, if you remember last year, Hamilton was in a very similar battle with a certain Max Verstappen, and it didn't end very well.
Yeah.
And
For Max.
Christian Horner was later quoted saying na you can't overtake at Cops, diba? So sabi niya, it's too fast, blah blah blah. Turns out you can.
Pataka lang siya.
Yeah.
Turns out you can. You can overtake at
Pwede yun.
Cops. And you can do it safely without crashing. So Christian, Max, take note. Yes, you can overtake at Cops.
Yeah.
Just try not to crash into someone. Anyway, Lewis was also quoted after the race kasi he actually commended Charles Leclerc for the clean battle. Oh,
Yeah.
talaga na-recognize niya na talaga napasalamat siya na hindi sila nagmanggaan sa Cops.
Yes.
Kasi sobrang bilis na natakbo nila dalawa, di ba? Muntikan sila.
Yes.
They almost touched. Almost. Pero dyan na lumalabas yung
Iba yung-
racecraft ng dalawa eh.
Yeah. Hindi ko alam, wala kasi tayong slide yung angle nilang dalawa eh, as compared to the
Ay,
angle
sayang
of...
sa...
Yun na nga eh. Magkaiba yung angle nila eh. At the point of
Magkaiba
entry
yung
at the
angle, of
apex
course.
and at the apex.
Magkaiba talaga.
And also, Jong, pwede kang bumalik. Can you go back one or two slides ahead? Lap 48. Yan. Okay, Jong. Lap 48, makita natin ngayon dito. Yun na nga yung sabi ko sa inyo beforehand, di ba?
Leclerc,
Makikita
Hamilton.
natin dyan. Hamilton, that is a battle for third na eh. There's a Hamilton. Hindi man, Jong. Meron ka bang slide, Jong, na before pa nito, Jong? When all 5 cars were visible.
This one?
No. Yan. Oh. Okay.
Yan o.
Makikita natin dito sa napakagandang laban for second and third place nito. Nakita natin, di ba? Sir Checo Perez was there. Red Bull. Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes. Charles with a Ferrari. Manong Fernando. Who, nakita kasi niya yung battle nitong tatlo eh. Bigla na lang nagpakita eh.
Oo,
Oy,
sabi sali ako.
Sali ako sa karera. Oy, huwag niyo kalimutan. Manong
He was just
suddenly
waiting for
came in.
someone to make a mistake, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang si Lewis,
Yes,
he was just
yes,
waiting for
yes.
something to happen. The
Ready
wily
to
old
pounce.
fox.
Oh,
Ready
yes.
to pounce.
Manong Fernando suddenly entered the picture. And dahil sumama nga si Manong, may
Yung
kasama siyang
Lando.
bata. Yung bata,
Kasama
Lando
siyang bata.
naman.
Lando
Sabi ng
Norris.
sabi nung bata, subukan ko nga to, di ba? Parang nagagawa ko lang to sa
Bakit
eh.
samba
Nagagawa ko
ako?
lang to sa sim racing ko. Sim racing ko lang to nagagawa. Bakit kaya gawin ko kaya to sa totoo, di ba?
Yeah.
So, why not, di ba? So, it was a really good sight. 5 different teams, 2 world
Yeah, that
champions.
was fun.
Yes, in
That
one
was fun
corner.
watching this whole sequence.
Yeah.
In one corner.
Yeah, right
Nakita
up
mo
to
yun.
the
That's
end. This
really
was an insane sequence
Yeah.
right up to the end, di ba?
Actually, alas 12 na,
Yeah,
alas
ito na
12 na ng hating gabi yan eh.
Yeah. And the
Maswerte
next
kayo, ako dito,
interesting, the next
Hindi ako makasigaw
interesting,
kasi andyan yung kapitbahay ko eh.
yeah. And the
Gusto
next
ko sana sumigaw, pero
interesting
putik.
happening here is this one, the Mick Schumacher, the Michael Schumacher Jr., baby Schumacher, battling with Max Verstappen. Maybe
Current
if
world
there
champion.
was another lap, baka siguro mahabol na niya.
Yeah.
No?
Quite,
I think.
quite possible
maybe.
na ma-overtake niya. Oh, quite possible. Yes.
But
Yes.
Granted na sira yung sasakyan ni Verstappen.
yeah.
Pero it's just so good to see Mick Schumacher finally getting points in
Yeah.
F1.
Another
So,
finally
it's
di.
easy for
Yeah. Carlos Sainz
And
finally
another
winning
finally.
a Formula 1 race. So
winning. Yep, after 150 Grand Prix.
150 Grand Prix.
Carlos Sainz in P1.
Kawawa naman sa
Wow.
ano. Mukha naman siyang Indiano,
Yes,
Miles eh. Tingnan mo, mukha naman siyang Indiano eh. Sabi mo kanina, di ba?
Well, he
It's the nose,
sounded like one. He sounded like one over the
Yeah.
radio. Diba?
He didn't
Maybe.
sound happy over the radio.
Yeah.
Pero
Pero
congratulations
actually,
to
Jong,
Carlos Sainz of
pwede-
Ferrari.
Yes. John, can you go back at the slide a bit? Yung sa finish line. Meron akong gustong makita eh. No, the finish line. Checkered flag. Okay, hindi pala makita. Kasi natakpan kasi, Jong, kung makita natin sa slide mo, Jong, yung listahan na ng mga karerista. When Carlos crossed the finish line, 'di ba? So makita natin yung the Ferrari pit was there, cheering
Yeah.
for him.
Yep.
A few meters away,
Few guys in orange. Few
Ang-
people in orange.
some people from Team Papaya was also
In
there
orange.
cheering Carlos Sainz, di ba? Parang oops.
Or Carlos,
right.
yes.
So, or Carlos.
Former
So, parang-
McLaren
former
driver.
yan.
Yeah.
Yes. And they were really happy for Carlos. So
Absolutely.
yan yung
the love
yan
is
yung
still
ano eh.
there.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
It only proves na all the teams, even though magkakalaban tayo sa karera, sa World Championship, isang ano lang tayo, isang sport lang tayo, magkaibigan tayo lahat. Kaya ngayon, that is why I was really, I don't like, kaya sabi ko a few episodes natin, di ba? Sabi ko, hindi na ako manonood ng Netflix na Drive to Survive. Kasi dinadrama nila eh. Sobrang drama ginagawa
It's
nila. Parang
fabricated.
ginagawa nila ng issue, di ba? Ginagawa nila ng issue.
Fabricated
Tapos,
din
that's,
drama.
yun nga,
Show business.
unfortunately, yes. Oo naman. Pero yun na
So
nga,
you make money.
unfortunately, not unlike us na medyo matagal na tayong sumusubaybay sa F1, yung mga bagong fans ng F1 na sport na ang nakagisnan is Netflix. Parang kawawa naman sila.
BTS.
Ang alam lang nila. ang alam lang nila na F1 is yung sa Netflix. Kaya nga parang hindi naman yan. It might happen, pero hindi talaga yan yung nangyayari. Kaya nga, yun nga, gusto ko sana kaya na even though nanalo si makikita natin anyone who wins the Grand Prix, yung pit niya nasa wall talaga, di ba? Cheering on.
Yeah.
Pero makita mo nandun din yung nandun din yung McLaren na was really happy na
That was brilliant.
Oh.
Yeah,
Actually,
that
the
was
name of that
brilliant.
guy
Actually,
the name of that guy was Willie. He was the former race engineer for Carlos Sainz when he was still in McLaren.
siya pala
Oh.
yun.
So parang
Kaya
sabi nila na
pala.
parang, siyempre, masaya ka. Ano ko to bata
Kaya
ko to
pala.
Yeah.
So he was really happy.
Oh.
And
Inapi niyo
ganda
si
yung
Carlos
pagkakwa
naman.
Yun yung una niyang kinantahan ng Smooth Operator.
Yes. yes. It was
Smooth
during his
operator.
Kaya pala.
It was his
Now it
Smooth
makes sense.
operator.
Yeah.
And also, sayang Jong, sayang.
Kaya pala.
Sana hanap ka ng picture pa, Jong. Meron ding isa din, Jong. The Ferrari pit crew was there, the McLaren race engineer was there waving on, and there was a Red Bull person also there in the wall holding a camera. I don't know if it's really a Photoshop or what, pero there was a Red Bull personnel holding a camera, taking a picture. Siguro maybe remembrance na picture ni Carlos Sainz. Di ba?
Okay.
Yun na nga yun. Parang nakita ko lang yung social media, parang, okay, there was this Ferrari team, Ferrari pit, there was also someone from McLaren, and someone also from Red Bull, nagsaspy, may dalang camera, pinipicturean yung sasakyan ni Carlos Sainz.
Alright.
Well, Sainz, a little, addition ko lang. Sainz was part of the Red Bull family at one point, if you guys remember.
Yes.
Diba?
He started in
yes.
Toro Rosso.
It
started-
was Toro Rosso, di ba? Sila ni
Yes.
Verstappen. Oh,
Yes.
you know, it might baka ganun lang talaga ka nice guy si Sainz na, he leaves that impression on people. And
Yeah.
doesn't matter which team he goes to, they celebrate kasi yun nga, it's his first win di ba? So,
Agree.
Okay, let's wait and see.
Good
Let's
on
wait
him.
and see if he goes to Williams. If he goes
Yun
to
lang.
Williams, let's wait and see if he still be that cheerful.
Tingnan natin.
All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's look forward now to the next
Austria.
race of this season, Austria. We are going to the Red Bull Ring in Austria on
Balos.
the 8th of July. Simulan yan, 8th of
Magbalos,
July.
magbalos.
Free practice pa lang yan.
May magbalos.
July 10 yung race mismo.
Sino magbalos, Miles?
Someone's looking for payback.
Sino magbalos, Miles?
May magbalos dyan kasi yun na nga, dahil sa F1, dahil sa social media, all the people have been really polarized because of what their beliefs, their di ba? Polarized na masyado parang politics na yan, parang F1 naging polarized na rin, parang if you're a Ferrari fan, kalaban tayo kay Ferrari ka, kung Red Bull ka, kalaban na tayo, parang nakalimutan ng tao ba na even though I cheer for Red Bull, I still love the sport, di ba? It's the sport that we love. We cheer for the team, di ba? Parang, ba't tayo mag-away? Parang, kaibigan tayo dahil pareho tayo hilig, F1, di ba? Magkaiba nga lang tayo ng team, pero kaibigan pa rin tayo. Naging kaibigan tayo dahil sa F1, di ba? Tapos nag-away tayo dahil sa Lewis Hamilton ka. Tapos ako,
Para politika
diba?
lang.
Ano yung politika?
Ako, lakipi ako, di ba? Yun nga, because of that, yun na nangyayari. And when, alam naman natin na home Grand Prix ni Lewis Hamilton ang Silverstone. So, when Max was there, di ba, siyempre, medyo nakatanggap si Max ng medyo hindi magagandang mga from the fans, from the spectators. Which is, hindi naman maganda talaga. Kasi,
That was very unfortunate.
oo. Kung hindi ka fan ng tao na 'yan, tumihimik ka na lang. Bakit kailangan mong mag-move? Kailangan mong siraan, di ba? Kailangan na. Kailangan. Di ba? So, yun na nga. Ang nangyari nun, di ba, parang medyo sumama loob ng mga fans online, both there, on-site and online. Sumama ang fans ng a certain team na that were booed. Then, in a few days' time, they will get their payback naman siguro. Baka yun na naman ang ibu na naman yung kabila, di ba? So, hindi naman maganda na di ba? Parang, not good for the sport kasi it wouldn't help Di ba?
Alright.
Maganda
Exactly.
na
I think yung booing na yun, it was that wasn't that wasn't just that single event. I think it was precipitated, kumbaga. The booing was just the manifestation of people's disapproval kasi leading up to this race, if you remember a certain previous world champion, name starts with N, ends with Nelson PK.
Nicolas.
Nelson PK.
Ah,
Nelson PK ran his mouth online in an interview somewhere, and long story short, he had, I think his words were either misinterpreted or something like that. Pero the interview wasn't nice, and it was directed towards Hamilton kasi he was talking about Hamilton, and it could very easily be. We're not gonna relay his words here kasi. No,
it's not
we
good.
don't tolerate
good.
things like that.
Yun na lang.
Pero
They say
long
it
story
was,
short,
it was
not
a racist
yeah.
remark.
Yeah, it was a racist slur basically. So we're not gonna say it here, obviously.
Okay.
But it was not a nice interview, and it really got under people's skin. And it was so bad that it elicited reactions from virtually everyone, from FIA, from F1, from all the teams, a lot of the drivers. So
He
I
gets
think
banned.
the crowd booing Max, that was basically just part of it. Kasi yun nga, Max, if you guys don't know, Max is currently in a relationship with PK's daughter, Kelly PK, di ba?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Nelson PK's antics did not help, and of course, the British fans, di ba, they don't like Max already kasi yun nga, he broke Hamilton's streak. diba? It was supposed to be number 8 for Hamilton, if not for Max. So parang naging culmination na lang yun ng kanilang sentiments, kumbaga. So we'll see what happens next on the
Alright.
next race.
Yeah.
Red Bull Ring.
So in Austria. So hopefully the Austrians will not be as vocal, kumbaga, as the Brits were. But
Yeah.
we shall wait and see.
Home court,
So,
home court
but before
advantage.
we proceed, no, home court advantage na naman. Before we proceed, no, let's just go back quickly, no, sa yung ending sequence of the race, specifically not Hamilton, Verstappen versus Mick Schumacher. In an interview after the race, Sebastian Vettel, Jong, if you don't mind going back to that slide.
Yeah,
In
go.
an interview after the race, Vettel was actually saying, no, na kasi sila nauuna na sila lahat. Vettel was hanging towards the back, out of the points. Again, another terrible weekend for Aston Martin as a whole. But Vettel was watching this brilliant battle unfolding between Mick Schumacher and Max Verstappen, and he was actually quoted as saying that he was cheering for Mick while he was still in his car. And he was going, "Go Mick, go!" So just imagine that for a second.
German and German, of course. They're both
Yeah,
Germans. Yeah.
Kasi, kasi yun nga, Sebastian Vettel has a very, very close relationship with the Schumacher family.
Yeah.
Going back to the great Michael Schumacher himself, diba? Kasi he acted as almost like a mentor to Sebastian Vettel. And this is Vettel now returning the favor to Mick. So it's very pleasing circularity to all of this, diba? Ang ganda
Yeah.
tingnan na parang na-continue yung cycle. It's just beautiful to watch. It's moments like these na really make it worth watching this sport. Not just the thrills. It's watching this cycle of mentorship going on with the drivers. It's beautiful to
Yun
watch.
Yan dapat ay pakita ng Netflix. Hindi yung away.
Well, controversy makes
And-
cash.
Yes,
the
controversy
problem.
sells. And also, hintayin na lang natin yung anak naman ni Vettel. Once yung anak ni Vettel naman ang mag-F1, baka si Mick na naman, si Baby Shumi na naman ang mag-cheer on.
Wow.
Pay it forward. Okay,
Alright.
Jong, makita
Oh, let's
natin
not-
Jong sa
let's not-
ending.
oh,
Ha?
K-Mag,
let's not
K-Mag
forget yung
T10.
anak pa ni
Ano na?
Andiyan pa ang anak ni Raikkonen, di ba?
Ang anak ni Raikkonen needed a drink.
Yeah.
Where's the drink?
Yeah,
Alright,
ice cubes.
so-
Anyway,
Standing.
Yeah. The
Standings.
standing. There you go. Klaro ba?
Ito. Magandang standings ko. Magandang standing ko.
Okay,
Ito,
go.
Jong.
ito, ang
Maliit
ko
yung maliit yung font,
Okay.
maliit yung font mo, Jong.
Ay, Canadian pa pala ito. Driver standings.
Ay.
Pero hindi na. Wala na yung Canadian. Updated na ito. Updated.
Updated
181 for Max
updated
Verstappen.
na.
Perez 147. Leclerc 138. Sainz now na-overtake na niya si Russell. Russell was fourth.
Wow.
Ngayon si Sainz 127. So he's fourth. Russell napako siya sa 111. We have Hamilton, Norris, Bottas, Ocon, and Alonso. Manong Alonso is there. Oh, and then for the team standings, excuse the Canadian, hindi na yung Canadian dapat. Red Bull is 328,
Kanina lang.
Ferrari 265, Mercedes 204, McLaren 73, Alpine, Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri is very, very, very much in trouble because Haas is trailing them behind 7 points, di ba? And then Aston Martin and Williams. So that's it. That's the standings for the constructors and the drivers.
After British Grand Prix.
Perfect.
Yeah.
After
Yum,
British
yum.
Grand Prix. Yeah.
Klaro
Yum,
tayo.
yum.
Bye-bye.
Yum, ano ang number
Oh.
ni Carlos Sainz? It's 55, di ba?
55.
55, yes. 55.
5. Ang second place was
11.
Sergio Perez. Anong number ni
Checo.
Sergio Perez?
11?
11.
Okay,
Yeah, 11.
55 minus
And then
11.
44. 44.
Illuminati.
Equals 44. Sino si po? Agent X44.
Lewis Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Okay,
Si
sir.
Kuya Lulu.
Illuminati.
Sir Lulu, yes, sir. Si Sir Lulu.
Si Sir Lulu.
All right,
Sir
guys.
Lulu to you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Wala, si Jong. Si Jong, gusto na umuwi ni Jong.
It's already 1 hour and 40 minutes
Oh,
running.
130 na pala.
Hindi, we can
Jong,
play.
ano lang? Ano Jong,
We can
before we finish no, may
Go.
ano lang, little bit of ano lang kasi may nagpa-shoutout. We were having so much fun. Hindi tayo
Yeah.
shoutout. So, Madam Desiree Sabroso Racaza.
Yes.
Good evening.
Ay, may gabi, Days.
Pa-shoutout.
Yeah.
Good evening, Desiree. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. Ito na yung shoutout mo.
Shout
Thank you for
out.
waiting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, we got carried away. We got
Yeah.
carried away.
It was the
so
best
much
race.
fun, so we
It was
got
one of the
carried away.
best races,
So
of course. Yeah.
it was that crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Before we
was
go.
that insane. Yep.
The race was crazy. The race was entertaining. And the days after, the hours lang pagkatapos ng race, the whole internet was alive
Yeah.
talking about it.
Mhm.
Until now, di ba? So, tingnan natin
Oh,
kung
yeah.
mahigitan ng
Next.
Hungaroring
Yeah, this
ng Austrian Grand Prix kung
this-
yung ganung hype.
weekend.
Pero yun na nga. The only thing that could match the hype, what happened during the British Grand Prix was kung uulan. Mas maganda kung uulan.
Yeah.
If it will rain. diba?
Yep.
If-
The great equalizer.
yes, yun nga. Pero hindi, ayaw ko na rin umulan kasi maraming nangyaring masama sa ulan. And as I've heard, nabasa ko kanina, Shooting would be racing back.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, and
Yep,
also
amazing.
and also Alex
Oh, yeah.
Albon. Alex Albon would also
Yep,
be
full
racing.
grid.
Yes, he would do a full grid. And as we have known,
Oh, yeah.
actually Jong Uy, after the incident, was still in the nasa pits na siya. Nandun pa rin siya sa Silverstone.
Naglalakad na.
Not unlike Alex, kaya nga, he was walking
Naglalakad
around.
na.
There was this video clip na he was talking to Mr. Domenicali.
Stefano Domenicali. Yep.
Yung ihapak.
Yeah.
Pinalo
Teka
nga
lang.
siya. Sabi niya, wag mo gawin yun ulit, ha? Ikaw, bata ka, wag mo nga na, pinakakabahan na ko sa'yo, ginawa ko na.
Slap on the wrist.
Actually, hindi naman slap, parang
Yeah. Yeah.
batukan ka na. Wag mo nang gawin yun ulit. Kasi,
No, he was,
magastos yun na,
he
mahal
was
yan,
very
mahal.
happy to see.
Yes,
He
actually.
was very happy to see
kidding
Joe
aside,
up on his
Kahit
feet.
sino, di ba?
yes. And
Grabe,
not
grabe.
unlike
That
Alex
was scary.
Albon. Alex Albon was out of the track, di ba?
Yeah,
he was sent to the
flew
hospital.
to the hospital.
Yep, he was sent to the hospital
Yes,
for
he
monitoring.
was sent to the hospital for
I think-
monitoring. So,
Yep. I think the reason dyan is because these racers, yung mga headset nila, those aren't just headsets. Those actually have accelerometers in them. So my
Yes.
guess is na dahil dumiretso sa wall, na pick up yung, mas malaki yung G's na na-injure niya kaya dinala kagad siya sa hospital.
okay.
Kasi na
Akala ko
andyan
pumasok sa
nasa
tenga,
telemetry yan eh. At saka, pwede rin. Masakit yun. Anyway,
Alright.
ano yun? They're very nice with
Yeah.
they're very good with their data. Anyway,
Alright,
what a
so-
race. What a weekend.
What a weekend. What a Wednesday we have talking about this. Our group chat during that time was exploding as well. Anyway. Okay, before we go, Yam, baka may gusto kang ano?
Okay. Again, thank you for watching the show. I hope you learned something today, and if
We
not,
learned a lot.
I hope you were entertained. I hope you were entertained, and of course, see you again next Wednesday because ngayong linggo, Red Bull Ring in Austria, very very exciting race weekend na naman. So, see you again next
yes.
Wednesday, di ba? For the
Yeah.
purple sector. And once again, thank you very much for watching the show. All right.
Alright, Myles.
Unang-una, I would like to thank Professor Mr. Talier TV for really, yan, marami akong natutunan. Really educational. Not only for me and also to our viewers, all 4 of them, di ba? Parang 4 viewers ako. And
40 of them.
Kidding aside, 40 plus, sorry. Kidding aside, thank you for joining us and hope to see you again next week. Austrian Grand Prix. Hopefully, it would be as exciting, as memorable as the British Grand Prix, sans the accidents. Yun lang.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
see you next week, guys. Stay safe.
Yep. Di.
Yes. Thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nakisali sa ating show. Thank you sa nag-shoutout, si Desiree. Thank you. Thank you guys thank you all of you for joining us for our little show tonight. What a weekend it's been after the British Grand Prix. Again, you have been watching the Racing Lines, the Purple Sector. And we will catch you again, same time, next Wednesday. Yep, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's the Wednesday after the Austrian Grand Prix. We're gonna catch you right back here on Facebook, live on
Yep,
Facebook
and
and
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yep.
And yeah, we hope to see you guys on the next one. So, yeah, ano na dito? Alas 2 na dito ng umaga. So, I'm off to bed. So, wherever you guys are, you have a safe and wonderful day, evening, afternoon, whatever. If you're going home from work, drive safe. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and for those people who watch, and of course for those people who sent their comments. What is this? Vettel and
Oh,
Vettel and Schumacher.
Schumacher. Yeah.
Oh.
Tell it, show me. Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
All right. So,
Beautiful.
thanks again to Yamboy for his Yam analysis. Very educational. And more to come
Thank you.
because the racing season is almost halfway. Tama ba? 11th, round number
Yes.
11, right?
Hey,
It's almost halfway.
how about more?
Yeah, that's
Almost halfway. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Red Bull.
Wow.
Notes.
notes yan, notes.
Notes, yeah.
Notes.
Ayun.
Yan ang notes mo.
All right.
Lesson plan.
Lesson plan. Yun. Maganda na lesson yan kasi passionate tayo sa lessons natin. Unlike yung calculus na
Oh,
sinasabi
yes.
ni Myles.
Nakalimutan ko na yung calculus ko.
All right. Okay. Good night,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you so much for joining us
Good night,
tonight.
everyone.
On behalf of Yamboy, Myles, and Andy, maraming salamat. We will see you again on the next TRLs Purple Sector after the Austrian Grand Prix. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.